Got the city on lock all day. Every day. Miss Kitty live on Nationwide 90 FM.
Bang 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 bang. Telling them again. Come on, Ascacha. Man, Ascacha. Companies member with me think for the data. Man, Ascacha. Fall. Temperature rise and me rise up tall. And me give her this all. She a ball.
Fluffy.
Nationwide 90 FM, shut up all on your radio. Island Tuesday, Manascacha. I gotta tell you, I was scorching through 2021. And by the way, it's 2020 WON1. If you are just tuning in, a pleasant afternoon to you. We are winning. We are refocused. We are aligning. And we are definitely going for all that we did not get before. Okay? You gotta go hard for yourself. If you don't go hard for you, nobody now go hard for you. My love, you have to bet for yourself. Sean Paul, international superstar, is my very special guest right here on Miss Kitty Live. We're so happy to have him on my show, and I gotta tell you, sometime if I did, probably the world did open up, and so Sean would have no time for talk to me over here. But you see how things work. He's scorching right here on Miss Kitty Live. Sean, before we went to the break, you were talking about the Jet Li quote that you found very interesting and you found to be instructive. What is it?
Yes, so like while I was saying refocus, there's also this, so like it's about balance. He says, you are killing yourself over a job that will replace you within a week if you drop dead today. Take care of yourself.
Absolutely. So
that's why I was saying that sometimes you have to just know yourself, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to know your boundaries.
I like that.
You have to know what to let go and what to, chase down and what to refocus on. You have to just know yourself, because that is truly loving yourself, to know that if I do that, that's going to break my nerves. And
yes.
I start drop down everything while I'm kidney and liver. I go start, you know what I mean?
No make no sense.
For no reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of refocus that, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. The graveyard, the cemetery is filled with a lot of indispensable people. And
Yeah,
so,
man.
at the end of the day, as I tell people, I don't know nobody big like Michael Jackson, and him dead and gone, and song still a sing, show still a keep. Whitney Houston, I don't know nobody who could have sing so. And the night when Whitney Houston dead up in the room in the bathroom, the Clive Davis and him friend them, they keep the party downstairs. So at the end of the day, none of us are indispensable at all. So self-care is very important. So Sean, as an international superstar, as a man of your caliber and status in the world, what do you do to take care of yourself? How do you self-care? What do you do for relax and take care of yourself, to get in your own zone that brings you joy?
Well, I like exercise. That is certain thing that kind of keep me, it keep my vibes up.
Okay.
When I exercise, I get kind of depressed.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm swim.
Mm-hmm.
I used to play tennis for a couple of years, just try to pick it up and say, try my thing. Actually got to a level where I got to play with Serena Williams one day.
Boy.
She was just hitting with me, but she's pregnant, and I'm there going on like, wow, I can't play, man.
Yes.
But she's pregnant and playing me and still beating me, but it was fun. But yeah, those things I just like to try. Like, I pick up back a bicycle one day when I'm 30 something and say, I'm going to ride and start riding at every city where I go.
Okay.
So I ride bicycle, but mainly I swim. I swam this morning, I swam yesterday morning.
Okay, and that keeps you focused and fit.
Yeah, man. You
Okay.
have to keep the blood running through the veins nice and neatly.
Absolutely. 30 minutes.
Just keep it locked up.
Not at all.
Yeah,
30 minutes of movements a day. We gotta definitely keep our heart rate up. You know what I mean? Keep our blood pumping and get the movement on. So what do you like to eat, Sean? I mean, you travel a lot. You're all over the world. What do you love?
type of food.
Yeah, like what? What's your favorite?
Well, I tell you the truth. For breakfast, I like ackee and saltfish. I like, what name? Mackerel.
Mackerel rundown? Take top, no? Yes.
Yeah, with the food and something there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Definitely still like Chinese food. I've, Asian in my blood, so that's kind of something that it always have a lot of vegetables and it always have a lot of choices, something like that.
Nice. What's your favorite fruit?
My favorite Jamaican dish is curry goat.
Okay. White rice or with rice and peas?
I like it with rice and peas, tell the truth. But
Okay.
I love it same way with rice.
Yeah.
I'm still know. What is
Your favorite fruit, yeah?
Mango. Mere people are call it all kind of name, kind of know want to say mango. People are call it ice powder and all kind of stuff. That's fruit there. That's something.
Well, you know what? This is so serendipitous because just last week we were talking about mango, right? We had a whole show on mango. What is the best mango in the world? Some people say East Indian, some people say Julie, some people say Blackie, some people say what name? Oh my God, this big one. Number 11. Some people are saying Bombay. Exactly. So you like mango? So which mango you like?
Like East Indian mango, it's sweet.
I totally understand the mango. We were just talking about mango just last week. So you exercise and do you meditate, Sean?
Yeah, I feel that I partake in herbs, so I feel that is a big part of my meditation. Also, it puts me in that frame of mind. If you get up in the morning and you drink a tea or you drink coffee and you kind of feel yourself get in that zone, like a meditation. That's what it does to me. It does for me.
Yes.
But also, I do pray.
Yes.
I do believe in a higher power that has blessed me throughout my life, even in bad times. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I think what we're here to do is experience.
Yes.
And so everybody can't just have the one experience of being good. I mean, being happy all the time or being good all the time. Sometimes you're going to drop in a way, and you have to kind of step through it and laugh with God, because you know, so He might forward with you the same way.
Yes.
So I'm always meditating. And what I found really beautiful about a religion that I knew nothing about before until certain years, but Islam, is that them pray 5 times a day.
Yes.
And to me, that is a great thing, to just say a prayer. I mean, so I picked up that from them. Throughout the day, I say several prayers for myself, my surroundings, my family, you know.
Yes.
Just quick things, and that's a good meditation, you know what I mean?
Nice.
What you think about happens, you know what I mean? So if you think about it in that way, the energy that is storing on that shelf, it's going to come back to you in a good way as karma.
Nice. And in terms of, keeping focused and motivated, you've been there, you've done that on the biggest stages across the world with some of the biggest names across the world. You are a big name across the world. What keeps you motivated still, even 20 years later, having achieved so many things, having so many accolades under your belt? What gives you the drive to get up every morning and still go hard?
I used the onus of the ladies, and that's really
no, me cry out for you, Sean. The ladies,
in terms of the energy that I get from ladies, especially when I see them enjoying my song, dancing, that's a beautiful thing to me.
Yeah.
And any songs in general, I like to see that. I like to see ladies enjoy themselves, but also, playing my part in the musical history of this country, of this great nation who has given the world so much art and so much culture. The younger artists, them who remind me of myself, and I try to just guide them without trying to trap them in a so to speak, kind of contract kind of situation. Voicing them and giving them concepts for tunes and just encouraging them or full encouraging them. Also producers who I learn from every day, and disc jockeys who, these things inspire me still.
Yes.
To this day, when I'm in just a corner and I listen to radio or I'm there on dance and I hear a selector pull certain tunes and mix them together or give a certain talk, something that keep me going.
Yes.
Is what I loved about it, and is what I still do love about it. Dancehall has evolved, yeah, and there's differences and there's changes, but there's still that root where coming straight back from mental yard days, which is obviously coming from way before that.
Yes.
And our African roots and things like that. So to me, anytime I hear expressions like that, it inspires me. From as I said, DJ to somebody drumming a beat to somebody playing riffs on guitar, all them things that inspire me.
Well, what inspired me, one of the things about you that inspired me that I liked to see and I loved it was the fact that when you took Ching Ching on tour and when I witnessed, I saw the videos and I'm on your page, so, I'm liking the videos. And, I love to see when a hardworking person, somebody with ambition and drive, somebody who is committed gets the break, And when I saw, there's some place, wave around place, run around part, I'm going to see the whole other place, I'm going to rock the world now. I thought that I felt so good because a lot of times I find that there are artists who will break through and don't look them stone behind them and then they look back and then they try to help nobody. And when I saw you take Ching Ching under your wings and on tour, I was very moved by that and I wanted to big you up for that. Why did you make that move? What was the motivation behind to take the youth from the carpet to the world?
Well, yeah, I saw him doing it himself, and I feel that he had just needed a little bit of encouragement and help. One day I did just go in a club in Jamaica here and find out it's Ching birthday, and I was like, what? And so did and go up on the stage with him and chat to tune, and he took back the mic after that and said to the people, yo, trust me, the man and half a day, the man and half a day on my birthday. He never come up on the stage and say a thing. I just want you to know that maximum respect to that man. And when him say that, most artists have sometimes it's just a chip that them don't know how to express themselves the real way. So the people them are to even just you know what I mean? And Ching is somebody who me know from way back in Copper Shot studio days where my brother used to encourage him, say, yo, all them sayings the way you say, why not put them in some song? And it was just a natural progression for him. And when I saw him make that move and start to do music on a more serious level, it was like, yo, this is greatness. And there came a time where I just felt he needed to that push, And right now, I mean, for Ching, who, as you say, was carrying the carpet to stream 12 million over enough people, it's amazing to me.
Absolutely.
And I love that vibe. I love to be able to help just guide that. I didn't build every rhythm that was on the album that we put out, but I did have a lot of what can I say, ideas and a lot of guidance for him when it came on to the certain things about even videos and that kind of thing. So we ended up putting out the album for him. It has streamed 12 mil so far. That's a great accomplishment for Ching. Youth from the streets going global and taking the place viral. So we're putting out a next album for him pretty soon, putting that together. And also I can tell you about a lot that Dutty Rock been doing. You mentioned a couple of rhythms that we did. We just dropped a rhythm called Swiss Cheese. We dropped one called No Caption earlier this year.
Yes.
We're looking forward to right now. I'm dropping an album called Live and Living on the Dutty Rock label. And it's going to feature a bag of different talented Jamaican artists and producers. Are we gonna
have a Dutty Cup crew link up again? Are we gonna have that? Are we ever having that? Loogie Loogs, I don't know.
As you said, Luga is outside and he brought a special guest. And bring Master Kid, and I'm gonna see this kid in quite a few years, so yeah.
You see that? I got powers, Sean. I got powers. I got powers. But talking about the powers, and I want to say big ups to the Dutty Rock crew from them time till now. You know what I mean? Original and still a part of the foundation. But a lot of people, Sean, let me get down to the nitty gritty too, because you don't know Miss Kitty thought the real thing. Them and we are expansive. A lot of people will think that your success is highly based on the fact that you're an uptown kid, you're brown, your ear curly, you can pass for a Latino, you're cute, and because really and truly, Sean, you have other dark skin dancehall artists who probably have more talent than you and who hotter than you and who still not get the break. And so they attribute your success to the color of your skin or the hue of your skin and the fact that you're uptown and you're cute. What do you say to that?
Well, I mean, everybody has to work, you know what I mean? Just like when we were just talking about Ching, you're saying that you're glad I gave him a break, but he has to work on it too to maintain those 12 mils that have helped to make them aware of him. He must maintain that. It's not just by himself. So the push that or the natural gift that you have in life. I mean, I didn't turn society how it is. So that's a problem in society. It's not me. I've never been that way. And what I look at myself as is a human being. And other human beings, great human beings, taught me to do what I'm doing, and I love doing it, so I want to do it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But I had to work hard same way. Just like I said, Jhene is having to work hard to keep that 12 mil. It's the same thing with me.
Yes.
I had to do that in Jamaica first, which was at first a phenomenon, and it was a natural, what can I say, asset that I stood out. So people would look at me and say, yo, he must sing that, what? But then you have to prove yourself, and you have to go through, you know, stages.
Yes.
And you have to pay your dues, as them say.
Right.
There was times where I was just a fly on the wall in the studio watching Shaggy voice, watching Beanie Man voice. Nobody knew me then.
Yes.
17 years old. Used to drive from UTech, where I was doing schooling, and drive down there, down to mixing lab, and stand up and watch Bounty Killer out in the parking lot telling stories, and nobody knew me at the time.
Yes.
You know what I mean? None of them interacted with me. I didn't go and ask Killer to do a tune with me out of the blue, out of nowhere. I would try to do it on myself. So, you know, the first person that ever played me was Muta Baruka, being that I used to listen to his program a lot. I was like, I'm going to take this first because it was a test press that Robert Livingston had heard, and he made a test press for me. And I had about 545s to go around and give people. I left 3 with the producer, who was Rupert Ben, who was actually the first leader of my first band that I put together.
Yes.
And then I worked with 2 of them, and I put on one, and I went to Muta and said, at his bookshop. And that's the only place I thought that I could have probably seen him. And he wasn't there at the time. I had to wait for him, and when he come, I walked up to him and gave him, and that very night he played it. You know?
Yes.
So you go through different stages. I got through Steely cussing me, telling me, yo, you're a big DJ by now. Take back that take there. You have to take back that part there and really take back the song proper. And those things a lot of youths don't go through now. So,
right.
You know, I did pay dues. I went many dances and things where it was like I thought I had enough work, enough songs to sing about a half hour, and when I go up there, it's really the crowd just want to hear me for 5 minutes because that's the box they put me in.
Yes.
The midst that they give me the light, man, or they report them, man, and then go on. I have more tunes though.
Yes.
And it reaches me in certain crowds at times.
So tell me, I like that. I like that you said that, Sean. Have you ever gone anywhere and then boo you, or they're not warming up to you? Because some audiences can be very difficult. It can be very rough. You see them stand up stiff like buckram. We know tonight is gonna be a hard night. Jigs Aguilar have to dig deep. Nigel them have to dig deep. Everybody have to say, I said, Jano Star. Oh my God. Have you ever performed for a difficult crowd?
I've performed in many difficult crowds. To my knowledge, I've never gotten booed. I never walk out on the stage yet where people going boo and throwing things at me. But I've gotten silence a lot. Yeah. Sure. And and most of it has been here. And I think,
why do you think that is?
I don't know. It's just a scrutiny. I guess people kind of looking and saying, no, it's not the most talented. I can't see why I'm the way I'm there. But they're just kind of checking me out because it's a phenomenon. There's a lot of people haven't reached where I've reached to, you know. And all I did was try to emulate the greats, you know, people like Buju Banton and people like, you know, to me, Spragga is an amazing MC.
Yes.
Try to emulate people like Shabba Rank, Super Cat, and then come up with my own chemistry of what it is, you know what I mean? I learned from them. But then when people see that and how big I've gotten, sometimes I probably would look the same way too. I would probably look and go, how did he get there?
Yes.
And just instead of enjoying the performance.
Well, the hard work and the sacrifice and the discipline that we spoke about earlier is what got you here, as well as developing your craft. Because I can remember, your performance definitely grew and improved. I remember the Sumfest when you came on the stage. I mean, I said, all right, let me see where I go on. Yes or no? If Sean Paul really I go do, when I dance in him Willie Bounce one more time, me God no, me go flick go put a stage there. I'm going gonna lick him that knee cup. Cause if him do, Sean Paul do Willie Bounce to our Father who art in heaven. If Sean Paul do Willie Bounce to 23rd Psalm. Listen. Sean, you locked Willie Bonks totally. But when I saw you come on the stage at Reggae Sumfest that year, the year eludes me right now.
I think it's 260.
Something like that, right? And when you came out and the dancers and just the lighting and the pyrotechnics and the whole, stage performance, I said, wait. The theatrics. Oh my God, Sean, let me tell you, you were on point. How did that come about?
When you talk about hard work, that's part of it, right? So you have to do a lot of rehearsal. I can remember a time where my booking agent used to try book shows with a band for me, and at the time I was like, no, I'm a DJ, bro. I want a DJ with the sound, you know what I mean? And I started, he forced me, Jerome Hamilton, big him up.
Hey Jerome, Headline Entertainment family.
And he started showing me, say, yo, this is the way. So I'm going to start work with, at first it was Blaze Band, big up the Worm.
Yes.
I used to work with them for quite a few early years there while touring and everything there. And then one at a time it was Vegas Band. I was touring a lot with Vegas. A lot of people don't even know that.
Oh, wow.
Me and him did many tours in the States. Even though down here thought we were warring and things, I never went at him as a clash. The song was a clash tune, and people thought that a lot of bugger things came from it, but I've always had a great respect for him.
Do you speak to him now? Are you friends now?
Yeah, man, regular. Sometimes he inspires me with certain talk that him have. I mean, I'm not saying I agree with everything everybody has to say, but I encourage him to speak his truth, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I've been on tour with him and I know how he is, and I see him as a very determined person.
Yes.
Somebody who has brought this genre a lot of hits. So yeah, I that's what I've seen from him.
I forgive him written and respect. Yeah.
Yeah, man, I forgive him respect.
So your performance level got up. The theatrics.
Make perfect.
Practice. So you learn some new dances. You do some things. May I say a Sean Paul wine and them something. Go there, Sean. Them spread the bloody fat upon your waist. I gotta tell you. So I was cheering on your knees. And your knees. So that was definitely good. But let me ask you, Sean, because many stories have been written about you. People say things about you. As a public figure, people are always going to have something to say. Sometimes it is flattering. Sometimes it may be to berate you. What is the biggest lie or misconception you've heard about yourself that you'd like to clear up on Miss Kitty Live right now? So from rumors to you, I Miss Vegas to talk on our war. Any misconception, the biggest lie you've heard about yourself that you want to clear up right now?
I don't know if it's like less than lie, but more misconception. A lot of times I get a lot of flack or a lot of people upset online talking about the ladies in my video. And what to the melanated ladies and her. So I'd like to clear that up. I mean, I'm not a video director and I'm not a producer of a video.
Yes.
That to people who are doing it, you know what I mean? I put stipulations like they must can dance good and and I leave it up to them to trust them.
Yes.
So I trust that they could find those dancers at the time. And also there's times where I've had girls of color in my video, but they weren't doing as great a dance as the person who got the cut, who made the video. So it really have nothing to do with my preference or not. There's times where it's been like I have a video called Busta Bubble where there's one white girl in the video and other colored girls. But I notice a lot of people don't say that or they don't comment on that. But again, my skin thick with it. So
yes.
If you ask me what is a misconception I like to clear up, and that's one of them. I don't really go about trying to put skinny white girls in my video. That sometimes that just happens.
Okay. Well, come when you do a video that shall have some fluffy friend and some, you understand? Some tickers and some, you understand? Yes, Stan. 2021, we're out. You know what I'm saying? Out there without fear. But I know that a lot of people, the rumor about, Jay-Z tell Beyonce, say, yo, that you can't film with him and that's up there. Was there any truth to that? How did that go down, baby boy?
Well, I can't talk for him.
Yes.
I don't know what he said. I knew him before I knew her. And so I expected that if there was a problem that he would pick up the phone and call me and say, yo, what's going on? Like, what is these rumors? Because that's what it was. She actually spoke to me about it and tell me, say, rumors follow her. And I'm like, well, I've always been the person that rumors don't follow.
Yes.
So this is new to me. I don't know what to make of it.
Yes.
I don't know who's saying this or that. But I can tell you that there was some funny circumstances regarding our performing, you know what I mean? When,
yes.
We were on tour. She told me that we were going to shoot the video in August, September. We did shoot the video, but the night before the video, I was told, you're not in any scene with her. I'm like, well, why did I have to be here then? I could have gone and do what I was doing. But the producer said, no, it's a video concept. Like, you're the dream guy in the dream world, so you're not really there. You're there, but you're not there. So
did you believe him?
Yeah, at the time, it's like, what else should I believe? Nobody don't call me to say, hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I stayed to myself, I do my thing, did the video. That brought more rumors. Then we did a performance here at Sumfest, and, things changed at that point. When she came down to do the rehearsal, I was called by someone named Kim, who was her choreographer, and I didn't see her around, and they were like, yo, you dance this way and then do this. And they told me how to move on my own stage. I don't know if I think in Jamaica Sumfest stage was the first time we performed together. And I was like, well, this is my hometown, and you're telling me where I must go and where I must move. But there was pyrotechnics and fire, and I have to be careful and where. So that went on. Then the MTV Awards go on, when she come down from the roof, and I was told about rehearsal, but not told when it was. And I was in the building when she was doing rehearsal, and I never got to do it. So there was a lot of strange circumstances. MTV Awards in Europe, the Pro Tools stick, which Pro Tools don't stick. Somebody have to program it that way or make a very grave mistake. So I don't know who lost there, because millions of people was watching us at that point.
Yes. Have you ever spoken to them to clear the air, or have they ever reached out to you to clear the air, or is it that you have parted ways amicably?
I didn't really part ways. It was just like confusion on both parts. She's like, what's happening? And I'm like, I don't know what's happening. You know what I mean? But when it come on to the feeding of the rumors by about Jay-Z being jealous, it was probably fueled by me telling people my experience of what was happening with the song.
Yes.
Right? Every time we got to perform, different weird things was happening. One more time in LA, I run out on the stage, people start cheer, and when I finish and come off, my whole band vex, and they're like, what? I'm like, what? They're like, yo, you weren't heard in the outside, you were just heard on stage, so them couldn't hear you, and them cheer and stop cheering. You never noticed that the energy got down and so all of those things, and me just telling people, because I've had songs with other people.
Yes.
That we've done many times on stage, but it never happened. None of these problems never came up, and she's a very professional person, and so am I. So that may have fueled the rumors, me speaking about those things, but really not never gone. And I spoke to him at the Grammys. I just won my Grammy, and we was walking down a hallway and kind of buck up in the same doorway. It was funny. So I shake him hand, shake my hand, and he was like, yo, what's going on? That was the time that we spoke, and I said, absolute nothing, bro. I mean, whatever rumors is out there, it's not my side saying it. And so I don't really know where it come from. Or maybe people just want to say that. But you know me, bro. You could have come from a long time. And alright. And we kept skipping. And from them time there, I haven't really spoken with none of them. I've seen them at many occasions before, and it's not really a long conversation.
Keeping it cordial and keep it moving.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what's going on. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know a lot of my listeners and my viewers, they were, thinking about it, wanting to know. So we just wanted to clear the air about that. Is there any big name, your name big, because someone has a big name, because you're like an international superstar, so whatever. Is there any artist that you like their craft, you like what they're doing, that you would like to work with both locally and internationally?
Well, that brings us to about the album that going to drop.
Truly.
I've worked with a lot of people that I really rate. So right here today, Sirani is here.
Sirani, just in case you never know.
I'm gonna tune with him. That's gonna appear on the album called Live and Living. I just went and checked Buju this morning, finalizing some stuff because we have a tune named Crazy.
Nice.
That's going to be on this album as well. Me and Busy Signal have a big tune. Me and Bugle have a big tune from the album. Me and Jesse Riot just put out a tune, which is the first installment of this album. It's called Guns on Navarone, featuring a speech by Muta Baruka in the front and the end of it. So you can check out that tune. It's a more reality-based tune. Me and Junior Gang have worked on this album, as well as me and Ching Ching.
Nice.
Squash, Mavado. Who else am I?
It sounds like it's loaded with collabs.
Yeah, a lot of people who I really respect. And, funny enough, Suko is on the album. And yeah, we still have to touch up the final little part of them now.
So when will it be available? When can your fans get it to purchase?
I'm trying to have it by the end of February.
Okay.
It might be early March right now at this point.
Okay.
But we're doing everything now, and videos coming on these things. Little after that, I'm doing a next album, which is about April or May.
But are albums selling, Sean, right now? I mean, some people say music not sell, album not sell.
Work. I mean, that's not my buggle.
Yeah.
I don't business if them not sell.
Oh no, you're rich. I mean, you're wealthy. So I mean, that's what I'm saying.
We want people get some
Yes.
music in them time.
Yeah, your body of work is important. Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, it's something I've been working on for a while. So the album is called Scotch and it features Sia again. We did a #1 song with her before. And I'm doing back a new tune with her that's called Dynamite.
Nice.
I have a tune with Gwen Stefani and Shensia on
Wow.
the track. It's a lovers rock kind of rock steady type of one drop something. We have a tune with Ty Dolla $ign. I have a tune with Style G on there. And Tovlo, which you just played. So some of the works have been out and kind of warming up the airways for me. But these two albums coming pretty soon.
Nice. Well, we look forward to them.
And
yes.
you asked me who I'd love to work with. I've been wanting to work with Alicia Keys. I spoke
Nice.
to Swiss about that. And we were going to do a reggae one drop. And I can't get back in contact with them. So
you turn on Versus?
Not really. They didn't ask, it was indirect. People was asking me.
Yes.
And me just said, I don't want to do that.
Okay.
Also, Shakira.
Yes. Have you changed your mind about it, or are you holding the same position?
Yeah, I hold the same position. I don't really like the clash type of thing. I mean, I understand why it goes on. I know why people like it. I liked it back in the day. But becoming an artist and seeing where, I used to want to go sting every year, and if Sting never have no clash, I'd be like, Sting never go on with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I was that kid too. And there's still a part of me that likes to see people go back and forth. I've seen great clashes, like one with Ninja Man and Sizzla on YouTube. We can check out. That's amazing clash.
Yes.
But it wasn't. It was for fun, and you could see it was for fun. It wasn't built against each other maliciously and get the nation divided for them to rule us. And that's what I've been talking about with the music. When a lot of times executives look at you have artist A and artist A1.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to call nobody B.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you have artist 1 and artist 3 then. And those are the two ones that the vloggers are pitching against each other, and everybody are pitched against each other. I've seen executives come down here, and I'm telling them, these are the top youths.
Yes.
And they look, and they try to see numbers, and they're like, these numbers is split in half. I don't want to invest in that. Can't they work together? No. They can't work together because it's clash.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So they don't want to put their finger on it.
So Sean Paul is not a clash artist, essentially, and you don't want to be a part of a clash?
For many different reasons.
Yes.
Also other reasons that I have had very good brethren die of violent means, and those type of lyrics I'm trying to stay away from in general. I've had less time to mourn because I've had to bury my friends and then go and listen to this in a studio and listen to it in a dance.
Yes.
So, I mean, I keep my stance on that.
Yes.
I don't want to do it. And people keep saying to me, versus is not that. And sports also, you know, when people play sports, they're going against each other. But music is word sound power to me. It's a powerful thing. And to pitch people against each other in even a casual form like the Versus is doing, is just not my style, I think. Okay. I rather to build champion than to kill champion like my father Supercat teach me. And that's just my stance on it.
Okay, and we respect your stance on that. And I know that your fans want to hear from you. And so, as my final word with you this afternoon, again, let me thank you so much for your time. You know, there have been persons who have supported your music over the years. You've been in the music business for 20 years. 625 million people across the world streamed your music last year. And I'm quite sure that those numbers are going to go up even further. What would you like to say, Sean, to those persons who have supported your career and they've been in your corner and have been a tower of strength to your growth and development?
Thank you from the heart. Thank you. Obrigado. Gracias. Respect you. Grazie. Oh, you say it in a China again. Let's see, you remember.
Konnichiwa. I saw.
One of them.
One of them something there. Me don't know chicken fried rice. One of them something there. Me don't know.
But for real, honestly, thank you. I mean, I was a kid who at first was very afraid of trying to become the artist. I thought maybe I'd be a producer, and then you know, a lot of people started liking the demos I was doing and encouraged me from the beginning. One being my brother and Kappa shot them from the start, and then just bill by bill, you know, everybody has helped to build me. So it reached to the point where even when people was trying to kill me in terms of my vibes, I was built up so much that I use that now as fuel. So it's just a greatness. I'm very honored to take part in this great culture and put my foot forward and help others come forward too.
Absolutely. Well, Sean, I want to say big ups to you. Congratulations on all that you have accomplished, all your accolades. It is not easy by any feat or any stretch of the imagination. It takes a lot of discipline.
You too. I was saying, a lot of people that, if they don't pay attention to what you're doing, you becoming a lawyer is a big sitting.
Thank you.
And you know, people would just say, oh, that girl that called people on stage and radio personality. No, she's more than that. And so, like, accolades to you too. Enough respect, enough blessing. I like when people show Jamaican kids a good example, and you're a great example, Miss Kitty.
Oh, thank you so much, Sean. I sincerely appreciate that. Thank you so very much. I don't know, you know, that's what it's all about. And you know, to whom much is given, much is expected, and we have to try our best, you know, to set an example. And in the same way, you're trying to create an example, and you've set a trend and a path in your field. I want to do the same. So thank you so much for your kind acknowledgement. I sincerely appreciate it, and I wish for you and your family all the best. The big ups to Bada Bands, you know, all your members of staff, your family, your children, your family, you know, just everybody. And I hope that I wish you all the best, continued success. And when you're ready for the song, I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready. I read Spotify that area. I want in it. That area. I want rock the word. You understand? Sucker. Worldwide. Enough love, Sean. Respect every time. One love. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Sean Paul right here on Miss Kitty Live